You thought the first Engelhard video covered everything? Not even close. From secret serial runs to bars that were never meant to be seen by the public, today we're diving into the rarest, weirdest, and most coveted Engelhard bars ever made. This is the video Engelhard collectors didn't know they needed. By the end, you'll understand which bars command the highest premiums, how the collector network uncovers lost history, and why some of these vintage bars are considered some of the rarest in the world. Let's go deeper. This is Silver Oceans, and this is Engelhard, Part 2. What's up, you guys? It's Ocean here. You've heard of 10 ounce and 100 ounce Engelhard bars, but what about 3 ounce, 5 ounce, or the elusive 7 ounce? These off-weight bars weren't part of Engelhard's mainstream investor offerings. Some were likely industrial pieces, others were custom contract pours, and a few may have been early prototypes. Today, they're collector gold, highly sought after because of their irregular weight, mysterious origins, and ultra low known populations. Then there are sub-variations within each weight class, subtleties that even seasoned collectors miss at first glance. Engelhard's variety A, B, C, and so on, these designations reference small differences like logo placement. For example, is the logo left justified or centered? Font thickness and style, serial number size and spacing, stamping pressure or metal finish, and even whether the bar was beveled, poured, or extruded. Each of these micro variations can change a bar's desirability and its price dramatically. And here's the twist. Engelhard never published a public guidebook, no mintage list, no comprehensive catalog. The community had to reverse engineer the series themselves. Through forum posts, photo archives, and years of detective work, Engelhard collectors essentially built the database that now drives the market. Want to know if your bar is worth spot or a small fortune? It might come down to one tiny variation. They say another bull logo surfaced once, but it vanished before bidding even started, because legends don't wait for the hammer. Serial numbers are the DNA of Engelhard collecting. They tell stories, sometimes whispered, sometimes screamed, about when a bar was poured, what series it belongs to, how many were made, and how rare your exact piece might be. Collectors use them to trace production eras, identify mintage brackets, confirm authentic versus fake bars, and even spot bars from secret runs that never intended to reach the open market. Some collectors only chase low serial numbers or serial number sequences or collect a full set with different prefixes. Some collectors even chase fancy serial numbers like 8888 or 12345. And when a bar surfaces with a new or undocumented serial prefix, it sets off a collector firestorm. Forums light up, people check their stacks, high-res photos are posted, and if it's legit, the bar gets cataloged, photographed, and added to the Engelhard ecosystem. It's like finding a fossil, and the community handles it with the same reverence. Serial numbers also help validate forged or altered bars, which has become increasingly important in today's high-premium vintage silver market. One wrong digit or an oddball font and suddenly alarm bells are ringing. So yes, a 6-digit serial stamped into a chunk of silver might look boring, but to an Engelhard collector, that number is everything. Why do Engelhard collectors love numbers? Because they always know which ones count, especially in silver. Here's where things get juicy. Not every Engelhard bar is on allengelhard.com yet. Collectors regularly discover unlisted or unclassified bars. Maybe the logo is slightly off, maybe the weight is non-standard. These discoveries get submitted for review. Some are added to the registry, others spark debate. And then there are bars that were altered post-production, real Engelhard silver, but restamped or modified. Now, are those collectible? That's up to the buyer. What do you call an Engelhard bar with no markings? The silver version of a blank check. As Engelhard premiums rise, so does the counterfeiting, high-res molds, artificial toning, fake serials. New fakes are more convincing than ever. That's why smart collectors check for things like serial alignment and prefix, weight and dimension accuracy, logo sharpness and positioning. And if something seems off, run it past the community. Somebody's probably seen it before. How do you catch a fake Engelhard bar? Ask for its serial and watch it make something up. Let's talk serial numbers and the stories behind them. A 3-ounce Engelhard bar recently sold for $1,200. That's $400 an ounce for silver. An unlisted prototype bar changed hands for over $1,800 despite having no catalog entry or mintage records. A rare double-struck 10-ounce bar hit $900 recently. That's nearly double the value of a standard example, which already has a pretty good premium on it. These bars didn't fetch these sky-high premiums because of melt value. They sold for big money because of what they represent. Extreme rarity, documented history, unique visual flaws or anomalies, and collector status. It's not just what the bar is made of, it's what the bar means. Engelhard rarities have become status symbols in the collector world. If a known 3-ounce bar pops up, seasoned collectors already know exactly what they're looking at. And if a bar surfaces with no known match on allengelhard.com, buckle up, it's time for a bidding war. And here's the truth, a lot of people don't know this. Many of the rarest bars never hit eBay. They're too valuable. They're too obscure or too beloved. Instead, they move through quiet collector channels, peer-to-peer, phone call to phone call, often without public listings at all. In this world, a mislabeled bar in a coin shop case could be over a $2,000 sleeper, and sometimes the most unassuming bricks hide the most explosive provenance. On the Engelhard lore, I wanted to add this in here. Every vintage bar has its legends, right? But Engelhard's lore runs deeper than most. I think this blurs the line between fact and fantasy, but most seasoned collectors have probably heard it. Some swear by it. There were rumors that Engelhard poured classified bars for government use. This was during the Cold War era. Some say these were non-standard weights made to specific ordered specs, then stamped with serials that never appeared in public records. Do these unusually clean pours, no logo, no weight, and just a serial number really exist? Were they poured for covert storage, vault stockpiles? We may never know, but I want one for my stack. I asked a guy if he found a lost Engelhard prototype in an old barn. He said, pics or it didn't happen. So naturally, no pics. Want to take it to the next level? Specialize by weight, series, or logo type. Document your stack, take photos, keep your invoices, and even auction history. Oh, here's a little bit on advanced collecting strategies. If you want to take your stack to the next level, you can think about specializing your stack by weight, series, logo type, something like that. Find an area that you're going to collect within. Another thing is documentation counts. Take photos of your silver, Hold on to the provenance, like your invoices when you bought it. And search auction history so you can learn about the latest prices on various Engelhard bars. Another thing is network. Network with other stackers. Start by commenting on this video. Comment on stacker forums. Attend silver auctions. Talk to longtime collectors. And build the relationships. And always, always verify before you buy. And buy from reputable dealers. Today, Engelhard is more than silver. It represents a time when bullion was gritty, real, and refined for function, not flair. In today's digital world of flashy rounds and serialized everything, Engelhard is authenticity. It's the fingerprint of a bygone era, and it's only becoming more valuable. You've made it to the deep end of Engelhard collecting. Now you know the rare weights, the hidden varieties, the community tools, and the bars that fuel this obsession. So keep hunting, keep learning, and remember, sometimes silver is just metal, but sometimes it's history you can hold. Stack wide as the ocean.